Hi, I'm Corey McKern. I'm the director of the School of Music at the University of West Florida in Pensacola, Florida.
Hi, I'm Sheila Dunn, and I'm director of the voice area at the University of West Florida.
Wonderful. And Sheila, maybe you'll kick us off and describe kind of how we got to where we are, the process of how we got to know each other and brought us up to this point.
Wonderful. Well, I have the great privilege of knowing Howard Reddy, who is director of advancement at the University of West Florida, and he went to school with you and your brother a long time ago at, is it Glen Hall?
Glenstall and
Glenstall. And, just was very eager to get you all on campus and to bring you over to bring your authentic approach to Irish traditional music on campus. And we had intended to do that pre-pandemic. And fast forward, we finally got you on campus within the last year. And it was just a transformational experience for our students. And sold out concert. You were invited to speak on our lecture series, and you read poetry and you performed music from, beginning of Irish music to up until now, all of the music that you two composed together. And during that time, we got to laugh and got to know each other. And we had been talking about revamping the Irish program, taking a deeper dive into Irish traditional music, and it was just a perfect match. Your personalities, the way that the students responded to you, your familiarity with the whole academic arena, and the way that you met the students where they are was very critical for my sense that you all could really take the program to the next level. And what the Bloss Music Festival has to offer, and your connection with those professionals there and their artistry, I'm thrilled beyond belief for what the students are going to experience.
And Corey, tell me, how would you say this compares to other study abroad experiences that you've encountered, perhaps at the University of West Florida there, or even around the country? What do you think is different about this?
Well, I think any study abroad program is a great opportunity for students to learn another culture, to be immersed in new ideas and new people. But this specifically is different because it has a more academic and structured component. There's a lot of travel abroad programs that are more presentational and entertainment based, and you get to see some highlights here and there. But taking such a small group from our university to work with world-class academics and artists and really immerse themselves in the culture and the art with really wonderful faculty, and really improve your craft in that manner. Oftentimes, you go study abroad and you get to see the sights and it's a great experience, but this has the potential for our singers, our writers, to be life-changing for their own artistry, which I think is, I don't think it can be compared. I think we're doing something new and exciting, and we just happen to find the right fit of people. When, as Sheila said, when we met you and you guys met us and our students, they were so thrilled. And so for them to get this opportunity to really have this immersion and an opportunity to improve their craft, I'm just thrilled.
And Sheila, on that note, what do you think about how this differs from other opportunities abroad?
Well, in going to Ireland in the past, we've had the Irish Study Abroad program at UWF since 2014. And I loved what we were doing with the students. We did meet wonderful individuals, and we learned a lot. We interacted with faculty at the Royal Irish Academy of Music, the experts in their field. But what I found after doing it for several summers is that we would take Brahms that we were working on here in America, and then go to Dublin and work on Brahms in Dublin. And I didn't find that with music that we were taking that deeper, authentic dive into Irish music and culture, where, you know, at the time we had theater students going and they were exchanging, they were doing Irish plays. The other areas seemed to be able to cross that bridge. And I have been looking for a way to actually do what we're doing this coming summer, and really work with traditional Irish musicians, and I'm excited for the dance component too.
And did you guys organize that whole Irish study abroad program yourselves, didn't you? You
Yes.
administered and did all that, yeah.
Well, and fortunately, at the time, we had another chair of theater who was in charge of all of that, and he did all of the heavy lifting on it. But I can tell you, it was huge, having to organize all of the flights himself, even making sure that the students had food,
yeah,
on a daily basis while we were abroad. The bus travel or any sort of cars that we had to rent. And it sounds like, oh yes, of course, you know, you get a couple buses, but the weight that you are taking off of our plate is extraordinary, because I saw the work that he was doing and I was so grateful that it wasn't my job.
Absolutely, yeah. And I love to think of the faculty, you guys, as participants in this too, rather than just chaperones, that this is something for you with your artistic craft to have an opportunity to deepen, which Ireland has always offered to, especially a very kind of higher learning environment. It's always had that history, you know, throughout the centuries. So I hope you guys have a bit of fun over there too. And
absolutely, I'm excited.
Final question, Corey, like, what would be your greatest hope for the students entering into this, and for yourself too?
You know, as an artist, you do have to experience as much of the world as you possibly can, so that you can reinterpret the things that you see and hear and feel and experience. And I'm looking forward to being in a place that sounds absolutely amazing with our students, and learning as much as possible for me alongside them. And you know, you start out as whatever your discipline is, you start young and you grow, but hopefully we're all lifelong learners, we're all lifelong artists, and we all need the same opportunities to have new horizons to explore and discover alongside our students. And you know, we're now, you know, we're no longer students, we're no longer in the performing business full time, we're educators, but that doesn't stop our craft. And so allowing our students to have this opportunity while we experience it with them will only make us better artists and educators for our future students as well.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. And Sheila, any last words there to prospective faculties of heads of schools out there who might be considering this experience?
Well, if you already know Owen and Michal, then you understand why they're so special, and why they're the perfect duo to collaborate with. But if you don't, do yourself a favor and get to know them, get to know their artistry, and you know, bring them on campus, have them perform. Or we, during the pandemic, had the most wonderful masterclass with you all virtually. And our students were, I mean, they were busting up laughing at many of the things you were saying. Their jaws dropped at a lot of the things you were able to do. It was, you know, the virtual experience interacting with you all is really exciting and special, and helps to bridge that you know, gap of what's next and where do we go from here.
Yeah, and it's, you know, if I may, it's hard to impress young students these days, and they were absolutely floored with the work you all did with them. It was great. Not only they were certainly laughing, but they were also very moved and very touched. And as we know, you know, trying to instill this kind of artistic sensibility in someone is it's not the easiest thing in the world, and you guys make it look easy, which I was so impressed with.
Well, thank you. And I also want to say, just to close, that for me, it's people like yourselves who I just adore working with, people with a very expansive, open, creative approach to learning and to the educational process. And I think you'll find that with the people you're going to interact with at the University of Limerick too. And in a way, I see that as a next generation of academia, bringing in these theories, you know, these ideologies into learning. So I really look forward to continuing this path with you and extending the circle, and who knows who we'll meet and who we might introduce ourselves to in future. I think this could be a very interesting circle of friends that we're
I hope so.
rounding up. Yeah. So thank you so much. I so appreciate your time, and we'll be in touch soon.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.